audible? Hello? Hello?
We can hear you. Good evening.
Yes.
Hello, good evening.
All right. So we are going to start with the assignments I gave us the last time. So let's just start with this. And with this, you know your score. Microsoft data types and cell referencing. I said convert these numbers to dates. So what I just wanted us to do was just to figure out something here. There's something holding this thing back here. Otherwise, this is more like a number. This number you're looking at is a date number, but there's something is stopping it from becoming a date. And if you double tap inside, or if you check the formula bar, you see that there is what's it called? There is an apostrophe that is holding this thing back. So all you just have to do is remove the error, more like an error anyway. Just remove the error. Then it becomes a date. Remove the error here. Then it becomes a date. And this, then it becomes a date. That was what I wanted us to figure out. I can see some of you actually got it, and why some did not. So I want us to respond to this. Dash reference is always constant when the value is dragged. Dash reference is always constant when the value is dragged. What's the answer here? Anybody, what's the response? What's the answer here? Oh yeah, shall we don't forget them? Absolute, okay. Absolute. Correct. The combination of control button in the ribbon tab is called dash buttons. What's the answer? The combination of control buttons in the ribbon tab is called what? Anybody? Anybody? The combination of a control buttons in a ribbon tab is called what now? I will not go. I won't go to the next question. I want us to answer. So we know it now. Hello, sweet. Hello, sweet. The combination of control buttons in the ribbon tab is called what? Oh yeah, time is not on our side.
Z command.
The combination of control buttons. Yeah, it's called what? The combination of control buttons in a ribbon tab is called what?
Command buttons. Command button.
Command group. The command group. Is it command button or command group? Even me, I forgot.
Command button.
No. Then it's not correct. Command. Did I miss anything? Command group. The command group. Command group button. It's okay, let's move on. The not available is a very good example of what? It's a very good example of what? Dash data
Error
type.
data type. Error data type.
Sorry.
Hello, Mr. Peter, can you hear me? Hello?
Sorry, network glitch. Let's move on. Equals to this multiplied by this. I believe we can see my screen. I believe we can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Let me just drag this down. So all I just want us to do is multiply this C18 by D18, then we drag it down, sums the total, then multiply by 10. Then here is where I actually wanted to test you. So what I wanted us to do here is not to be multiplying one by one, but then find a way to ensure that you put the proper referencing so that such that all you just need to do is drag once and then all the answer will populate. Don't let me take much of our time. I know we might have forgotten it, so don't let me waste time. So this is going to be this equals to this. I want this to move. I want it to move down, but I don't want it to move to the right while dragging. I want it to remain here, but I want it to move down. So what I need to just lock is the C and leave the number alone. I lock the C. Sorry. This function 1, 2, 3 multiplied by this. I want the D to be relative while I want the number to remain constant. Function 1. What am I doing? Oh, function 1, 2. So this is what I wanted. D relative, the number remain constant, then I can just drag this like this and this like this. Then I'll get my answer. So that's that. Now, dash error occurs when your formula involves cells with different data types. What kind of error is that? Dash error occurs when your formula involves cells with different data types. What's the answer? What error is this?
Value error.
Value error. Yeah, so hash value.
Value.
Then
Exclamation.
Exclamation. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Now, actually, this true and false are not good example of Boolean data type. Is that yes or no? True and false are not good example of Boolean data types. Is the answer yes or no? True and false are not good example of Boolean data type. Is that correct or not correct? Is it
I think the answer
yes
it
or
was
no?
supposed to be no. I don't know. Mr.
Yeah, you
Peter,
are
it was
correct.
supposed to be
But
no.
then, yes. So, this evening when I was trying to check it, so I realized that in my what's it called? In the back end of this, I choose the yes instead of no. So if you had picked no and the answer did not come out, you are correct. So I realized this today and I changed it to myself. Do you understand? It's supposed to be no. So it's supposed to be no. So that means we actually follow through with the what's it called? With the assignment. All right. So I'm going to close this now. I'm going to close this. So today we'll be looking at Excel layouts and some securities in Excel, how to apply some securities in the Excel. This class would hopefully will not spend, I think we should just use 1 hour for this class because there is nothing much here. So I'm going to start with the layout, just like in Microsoft Word. I won't really delve much into the layout because I know we know most of these things. Just like what you have in Microsoft Word, you have where you have the layouts, the sizing of the sheet. And where would you get that here? You come to page layouts, just like what you have in Microsoft Word. Margin, if you want to size the sheet, you want a particular width or you want a particular height, the same thing. Or you want to change this to portrait, landscape, you want to change the paper size, just like what you have in Microsoft Word. The essence of this is to such that if you want to print out the sheet, you need to select basis what you want. So if I come here now, if I come to print, this is the format it is giving me. So this is what I picked here, the margins and everything. It's what you would have here. I know we know all these ones. I won't really do much of this. So one thing I'd like to show us here is the what's it called? The theme, the Microsoft Excel theme. You have this in Microsoft Word too. You have this in PowerPoint as well. So there's something we call themes, and you'll get that in page layout too, such that by default, a particular theme has been selected for you. And the theme, what is embedded in the theme is the font size, the color combinations, the wallpapers and the likes. So you need to decide which theme you want to use. Most of the time we don't waste much of our time on this, because I believe most of us, what we'll do is we just pick the normal default Microsoft Office, Microsoft Excel or Office theme, and that is by default. You can see that. So I've not even touched it. The same thing you can also do for the colors in your Microsoft Excel. Now, look, let me show you the difference now. What I have here is, here it's selected Office 2013 to 2022. Now let me show you something. Look at this. Just pay attention to these colors here. You see the team colors. You can see the way the colors are arranged and aligned. Now let me come back to page layout and pick another color. Let me do this yellow. Now let me come back here. You can see because of the theme, the color combinations of the color combinations here have changed. You can see. Now, this is not what I had the other time. If you closely observe, now I'm going to change this again to green, yellow. You can see now it has changed. It has changed. I wouldn't want to waste my time on this. I'll take it back to the default, which is this, and then back to the normal color. So that's that about the themes here. Then another thing here is how do you work with copying and moving sheets? How do you work with copying and moving sheets?
Should I bring the rag? The way this rag too.
So I think I've explained this for us before, but it's part of this class. First, we have this is a workbook, and inside this workbook, there's a sheet, right? This is a sheet, this is a sheet, this is a sheet. I can decide to say, oh, I want to move this workbook to, no, I want to move this. I want to move this particular sheet to another workbook. How can I do this? Very simple. Instead of me saying, let's assume in this sheet now, you have a whole lot of things that you know that if you copy everything, you might lose some data. What you need to do is just right click on this, come to move or copy. When you get to move or copy, for you to copy, instead of moving, you need to select create a copy. Then you select this. Then you select a new workbook where you want to copy it to. So automatically, when you select a new workbook, automatically when you select a new workbook, when you click on OK, that cell will be moved to that new workbook. And that's what I did here. You can see that the worksheet has been moved to book 5 workbook. So that's basically how to move or copy. Don't forget that I said that you can either copy or you move. If you want to, let's say I want to copy this one here now. You right click on it, you click on move or copy. If you don't click on create copy, so what? If you don't click on create copy, hello, daddy, ẹ jẹ́ kí n pè yín padà, mo wà ní training. Oh, sorry, the call came in. So as I was saying, if you don't click on create copy, then automatically the cell here will be moved to a new worksheet. So you have to remember this, to click on create copy and it will be moved. So that's that. Now to one of the key topics here today, I'll be talking about freezing panes. Freezing panes. Sometimes while working with a lot of data, with plenty columns and rows, something like this, sometimes you want to actually see this the column names and everything, such that if you scroll down, this column name will still remain the same so that it can guide you while looking downward. As you can see now, as I scroll down, the column headers has gone up, and I wouldn't even know what is here, what is in the column CD, not until I scroll up again. Do you get it? Sometimes you actually still want to see these column headers. You want to see them. Now, to make this possible, what you have to do is what we call to freeze pane. What you have to do is freeze pane. And where would you get freeze pane? You would get freeze pane in view. You would get freeze pane in view ribbon tab. You can okay. Yeah, I remember something. I would also, before I go on, I also like to show us something here. I would like to show us something here. If you look at this, the sheet I am on now, you will realize that the ideally I'm supposed to have these lines here. If you look at this new sheet I just opened now, these lines, they are called grid line. But in this sheet, I don't have it. Two things, it might mean two things. It might be that I've applied a color to all the sheets, which is color white. If I highlight the whole sheet and I apply white color, you can see it is more like saying the grid line has disappeared. However, the grid line has not disappeared. It's still there. Now, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that you can add a grid line, as well as remove the grid line if you want that. All you just have to do is come to view. You see here, I unticked this the grid line section. I came to view and I'm under show. If I click on this grid line, then those grid line comes back. If I untick it, it goes off. Likewise, the formula bar. Look at this is the formula bar here, this one here, where you get to see those formulas, why calculation is done. If I untick formula bar, it disappears. You can see that it disappears. If I tick it back, then it comes back. So that's one thing I said I want to show you. Then also headings too. I can start to remove formula bar as well as the headings. The headings are all these ABC. But it will not be nice if you don't have all these things now. Now, nothing is guiding me here, so it won't make sense. It looks literally like an ordinary sheet, but then I have to come back and select headings, formula bar. I can still work without the grid line. So that's what I wanted to show us. Now, back to what I was saying about freezing pane. I said, sometimes you want to see the column headers, like the way I'm scrolling down now, I should be able to see this column header so that it can guide me as to seeing those data to know which columns they are on. So how do you do that? You come to view ribbon tab. You have freeze pane here. You have freeze pane here. If you click down, you would see freeze top row, freeze first column. If I click on freeze top row, it simply means that I want these column headers to remain such that when I drag down, I'll be all right. So as I was saying, I bring back. So let me show you again. I am on view ribbon tab, freeze pane, freeze top row is what I clicked. Then the column headers will be frozen, and I can at least work with whatever I want to work with, see what I want to see through those column headers. If I want to remove that, I come here, I unfreeze pane, and it goes off. The same thing for the first column. I can decide to freeze the first column, and the first column, if I swipe this to the right, the first column will remain. The first column will remain. So that's the meaning. But then how about the question now is, how about sometimes I want to freeze this. I want to freeze the column header. I'm going to highlight it now, which is this, as well as freeze the what's it called? The row, such that if I scroll down, this will remain. If I also scroll to the right, this will also remain. You know, sometimes you need this. A very good example is this data itself. I should be able to scroll down here while the column headers remain. And also, if I scroll to the right, these rows, the names, should also remain. How do you do that? All you just have to do is to do this. Look at the logic. The logic I feel you should understand. I highlighted this. I highlighted this. You realize that looking at the freeze pane ribbon tab, you don't have that option. So all you just have to do is the next sheet after the column, after the first row in the column, which is this. I want this to remain constant, so I need to come here. The same thing for the column headers. You know, this is after this one. The next one here is this. So you need to point your pointer here now. You need to place your pointer here, such that if I then come to freeze pane, if I click on freeze pane now, both has been frozen. Now look at. I scroll down, it's frozen. I scroll to the right, it's also frozen. This is the way to do it. I'm going to explain again. Let's now assume that, look at something. I want to freeze this rep name and April 21. I'm highlighting it. I want to freeze this April 21. It then simply means that where I will place my the green cursor to is the next sheet after April 21. But then you need to remember something, you need to know something. Whatever, if I place this, let's say I place this here now. Let's say I placed it here now. Let me just highlight this. Let's say this is where I placed it. If I come to view, freeze pane, it will freeze May 21 and the numbers under it. Look at it. So where do I need to put it such that it won't freeze this? First, let's go to view on freeze pane. I need to place it here. I need to place it here. Then I come back to view again. Then I freeze the pane. Then this is frozen. Do we understand this? If you want me to go back, I'll go back. Do you understand, or should I go on?
Peter, go back. I don't understand.
All right. I'll go back again. So this is what I'm saying. I'll start again. So I'm talking about freezing panes here now. Let's say this is a data. This is a particular data. This data, Okay, let me add something here so that maybe let me just put something channel. Let me put channel here. Let me say consumer. Let me just put RX, consumer RX. Let me copy this. Let me paste this. Let's say this is consumer RX, right? This is a channel. Now, this data, I can swipe up, swipe down. I can scroll to the right, scroll to the left. Do you get it? But then, I should be able to see, while scrolling down, I should still be able to see the column headers, these ones, so that it can guide me while seeing those data downwards. Because looking at it now, I wouldn't know where this 22,826 falls until I go up, which is so then I can now say, oh, it's under July 2021. But in order to avoid that, you want to see this. You want to see these column headers. What you have to do is you can come to freeze pane and freeze top row. If you click on freeze top row, the column headers will be frozen. You can see that. Do you understand this one, right? I believe you understand this one, right? To freeze the column headers, right? Am I communicating?
Yes, you are.
All right. Now, that's that about freezing column headers. Now, to freeze, let me unfreeze this. Now, to freeze top row now. Freeze top row, these are the rows here. So what it will just do here is it will freeze the first row. Freeze top row. Something don't worry about. Or is it because I added this? Freeze top row. Or freeze pane. This is not working again. Let me delete this first. Let's try again. Freeze top row. I did it, that should work, because it just worked right now. But anyway, let's leave that. Ideally, it should freeze this top row. But what I'm saying is, how about if I want to freeze this first row, such that if I scroll to the right, I should be able to see John. And if I scroll down, I should still be able to see the column. So what I need to do is, after John, this row, I need to place my cursor here. Then I come to freeze pane. Then I click on freeze pane. You would see what has happened here. Because I placed that green indicator here. So so what it did was that it froze the first cell, and it also froze the column, because the column is on top of this first cell that I placed, while the row is beside it. So you need to ensure that the pointer is after that cell you want to freeze, and the pointer is before the column you want to freeze. Yeah, that's what I will say. Now with this, I have applied my freeze pane. If I scroll down, you can see it froze the column as well as the row. Now, let me do another example here. Let me show another example. Let me come to view on freeze pane. Now, I want you to answer me. If I place my pointer here now, what do you think, if I click on freeze pin, what do you think will be frozen? Chidima, you asked the question the other time. What do you think will be frozen? If that pointer is here, let's assume it is here, and I click on freeze pin, what do you think will be frozen? What and what will be frozen?
The thing is, Mr. Peter, I will be honest, I don't understand, because when you were doing it, I don't understand where the cursor was going to. You said something about if you want to freeze a pane, you put it before the column or something. That part I did not get. So I felt after the class, I'll go back.
I will say it again. So you just have to listen carefully. You know what freezing pane means, right? You are trying to freeze a particular row or column in a sheet. Now, I said if you look at the tool itself, freeze pane, it can only freeze top row and first column. That's what it will freeze for you. I'm now saying, how about if I want to freeze both? Let's say I want to freeze this this row now. Let's say this is the row I want to freeze. And I also, such that if I scroll to the right, this row will remain. I should be able to see this row so that if I scroll to the right, it should be able to guide me through to see what John is doing or what David is doing. And so that if I scroll down, I should still see the column header. That's the essence. So I said to do this, you need to put your indicator, your green indicator, in the best position. Where should you put it? The green indicator, you should put it, number one, in the first row after the column headers. In the first row after the column header. So now, because I want to freeze, what's it called? I want to ensure that if I click on freeze pane, this row should remain, meaning that I need to place my indicator here. So the row should be before the green indicator. Now, this is the green indicator here. I'll just highlight it here. Let's say this is the green indicator now. It has been placed under this consumer. Meaning that what this means is that this row here is behind this indicator, right? Because one of these applies to everything here. Forget the fact that I did not highlight everything down. So long I have just placed the, what's it called? The green indicator here, it simply means this, the row is behind it, right? Which is good for us because I want to put that freeze pane here so that this will remain. So this is okay. Now look at another thing. The column 2 is also behind the green indicator, right? So meaning that this will remain, every other thing will move. Now let's apply it. Now I have placed my green indicator here. I come to view. I click on freeze pane. That's what I'm clicking on. I'm clicking on freeze pane. Then it will be applied. Now let's try it out.
Azima.
Hello, sorry, a call came through. So what I was saying is that now I have applied it. Now if I scroll down, you can see that the column has been frozen. If I scroll to the right, the row has also been frozen. Now look at something. You understand now? How about now? I'm going to unfreeze it. I'm going to take it back to normal position. You can see that nothing is frozen here. How about if I then place, let me, if I place my green indicator here, let's say this is where my green indicator here. So it simply means the channel is behind. These are the row. These are the this row here now from yeah, I don't know. This is column. Yeah. Column A and B. You can see that they are behind this green indicator, right? Meaning that this green indicator, whatever, if I click on freeze pane, my freeze pane will make this column A and column B remain. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Then it will also apply to the column headers, meaning that the column headers too will still remain. Now let's try it out. You go to view.
Find your own.
You click on freeze pane. Now if I scroll to the right, you can see that this column A and B remains, while the column headers also, all the column headers still remains. Now I'll do another thing again. Let's go to view. I will on freeze pane again. How about if I put my, let me remove this. If I put my green indicator here now, so what this now means is that, let's say this is where my green indicator will be. It now means that everything behind this indicator, meaning from here down to this place, downward, should freeze if I apply. I'm just highlighting for you. This is the green indicator here. And everything here, I'm highlighting it, will also freeze because this is where I want to apply my green indicator. Now let's try it out. Go to view, freeze pane. Now you will see that all the highlighted places will not move. Let me move to the right. You can see that they didn't move. And all the highlighted places will not move down. I mean the ones at the top. This is what I was trying to explain. Chidima, do you get it?
Yes, I do. Now I get it, yes.
You get it? Okay. So this is basically how to freeze pane. If you don't know that, this is how to freeze pane. If you don't know that already. So moving on to the last one, which is locking cells and sheets, and also workbook as well, and also workbook. So as we know, this is a workbook. How do we secure this workbook? There are also securities in Microsoft Excel. How do you secure the workbook? You can decide to put a password to this workbook so that whoever that will open it will require your password. The person will not be able to open the workbook not until the correct password is entered. How do I do this? Starting with workbook, all I need to do is come to the file ribbon tab. I go to info. I'll go again. The file ribbon tab, info. I have protect workbook here. Protect workbook. Protect workbook. So come to encrypt with password. Then you type the password. I'm going to type 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see caution. If you lose or forget the password, it cannot be recovered. Is that blah blah blah. Then I click on OK again. So it will tell me re-enter password 1, 2, 3, 4. And I click on OK again too. Now this workbook has been secured. So let me save this. Now let me close this. I'm going to close this. Now let me try to reopen this workbook, and let's see what it will throw up. Now you can see worksheet layout security is protected. Password. So this one you put up. Then you have to put the password if you know it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then click on OK. Then it will open. So that's how to log. That's how to secure a workbook. Let me go back to file ribbon tab, info. To remove the password, just click down again. Click on encrypt the password, then You just remove the password, then you have removed the security from the workbook. That is workbook. Now, how do you then secure a worksheet? A worksheet. This is a worksheet. So I can decide to put a password to this particular worksheet. How do I do that? All you have to do is come to review. You can see protect sheet. You also have protect workbook here. Protect sheet. So if I click on protect sheet, so I need to put a password. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then, if you don't want to fully 100%. Hello, sir. I come to review ribbon tab, protect sheets. Then this pops up when you click on protect sheet. You need to enter password 1, 2, 3, 4. But then you can still protecting the sheet. You can still give some priorities to the user. Like you will still want the user to be able to do 1 or 2 things with the cell, not 100% security. So you have to select what you would allow the user to be able to do. Meaning that if I protect this sheet, the user should be able to select the lock cell, should be able to select unlock cell, format columns, but the user will not be able to delete columns, will not be able to. So the selected ones are the ones that the user will be able to do. So I'll just click on OK. So I will enter that password again for confirmation. Then, so this sheet is already secure. You can see the cell or chart you are trying to change is on a protected sheet. To change or make protected, you might request to enter a password. Do you get it? So the user will not be able to do anything here because you have locked it. The user cannot do anything here. You have locked it. Now, where this is very, very interesting is, sometimes you actually want to lock not the whole cell in that sheet. You want to lock some particular cells so that maybe someone should not tamper with it. Like, for instance, you're a manager, you want to send a file to your delegates, but then you don't want them to go and alter anything here, like maybe like the formula. Like now, let's say this is week 1 sales for a particular manager. These are the reps of that manager. This is the week 1 sales. So you want that the delegate should put their week 2 plan here. You don't want them to tamper with what you have here, because some of them, you will give them that shit, they will just go and scatter everything and you wouldn't like it. I'm just trying to tell you where all these protecting sheets will come into place. And let's say, okay, my month to date sales forecast will now be equals to whatever I have in week 1 plus whatever the plan they will give me here. That should be my what's it called? My month to date forecast. But then I wanted that first, this sheet should be secured, but then I don't want this part to be secured. I wanted that the delegate should be able to enter whatever they want to enter here, or whichever person you're sending to. But then I don't want them to be able to tamper with week 1 sales that I have here and the formulas that I put here. So what you have to do is just 2 ways to do this. 2 ways to do this. Now, if I say, okay, I want to do it like this, say, okay, I want to protect this sheet. I go to protect sheet. I put password 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is protecting all the sheets in this cell. Now look at something. Let's say I want to protect the sheet here. I have added password already, but look at what will happen. And I've shared this with somebody. Now, it will not allow me to do anything. I think I've done something here before. Let me remove that. I'll protect sheet 1, 2, 3, 4. We will delete this. Okay. I'm going to go again. So let's say I want to protect this sheet now. I click on protect sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, password, depending on what you want. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now look at something. Even if I send this to somebody, the person will not be able to work with this sheet because the person will not be able to enter anything here. Now, how about if I only want to lock to secure just this and this and this, and leave this part alone? There are two ways to do that. There are two ways to do this. And the first way is if you go to review, there's something we call allow edit ranges. This is it here. Now let me unprotect this sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have highlighted this table. I would come to allow edit range first. You click on new. You can give the title, the range title, any title. Let me say, okay, week 2 plan. Week 2 plan. Now, refer to cell. Which cell do you want to make open, even if you log this sheet? So all you just have to do is click here and select the cell you want to make open, even if you apply a password to this sheet. You click on OK. Do you get it? Then you click on apply. Then you click on OK. Now you can then go and protect the sheet now. Protect sheet now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now look at something. Everything is logged. Is logged. This is protected too. This is protected too, except for week 2. Now Henry can then say, okay, my week 2 plan is 4.5 million. Do you get it? Then the other person can say, okay, it's 670, 1. So they won't be able to tamper with what you have here. So they won't be able, they will only be able to work with what you have opened for them. So this is a very good way to secure your sheet while sending it to whoever you are sending it to. This is the first way to do this. The second way is to unprotect this sheet again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me clear this. Let me remove the edit range. I'm going to delete this. Okay. So another way to do this is, you see these sheets. You see all these sheets that I'm looking at, all the sheets. There is a default lock that has been applied to everything. I'll show you. If I highlight all the sheets in this, highlight all the cells in this sheet, Control A. If I right click on it, if I go to format cell, if I go to protection, by default, you can see that this locked has been ticked, meaning that if I apply a password, if I protect this sheet, everything will be logged. Now, what you have to do is, it's very simple. What you have to do is, that particular sheet, that particular cells that you want to make open, just highlight it, right click on it, format cell. You can see that it's logged. You untick it, then you click OK. Then you can now go and protect the sheet. Protect sheet 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it still gives you the same outcome. And let's see. This is protected. It will throw an error. You can see this also. But how about the week 2 plan column? This you can work with now. Because I have removed that default lock That default lock I've removed, and that's why I'm able to work with that. I'll go again if we don't understand. With this second, let me unlock 1, 2, 3, 4. What I did was I highlighted this. I right-clicked on it. I went to format cell. You can see that by default, the locked, was the way it was before. But then what I did was I removed the locked. I clicked on OK. Then I protected the sheet. Then every other side of the sheet, every other cells were locked. One, two, three, four. Oh, sorry. Protect sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can decide to use any password you want, So this will be made open for whenever you want to do that. Sometimes you might find yourself thinking about how to do this. This is the solution. So I believe we understand this, right? You understand this? Then finally, I have this data here. Now, I have this data here that, let's say in this data, the yellow highlighted numbers are the wrong numbers. Do you get it? And I want to send this file to somebody such that the yellow highlighted numbers should be corrected. But then,
what do you say?
While sending this data, I don't want the person to tamper with. Let me unprotect this sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want the person to tamper with other numbers. I only want the person to work with the yellow highlighted numbers. So how do I do this to make it fast? The yellow highlighted numbers are very much. I can't be doing it one by one. My work will be very slow. Your best bet to do this is to first align the table. Control F. You know what Control F does now? Control F finds things and replace things for you. Now, for us, I know some of us, we use Control F very well. We know how to use Control F to find and replace information on a sheet. I believe we know how to use Control F, right? We all know how to use it. Chidima can use Control F to find and replace things. I'll just show you an example before I go to where I'm going to. If I click on Control F now, let's say, now look at something here. I have how many names here? I have, okay. How many times do I have Bolaji here? Only once, no. Let me see the ones with duplicates so that I know what to duplicate values. There are no duplicate values here. Okay. Let me just copy this one here and paste here. Now, I have 2 James here now, or it could be anything. I have 2 James. Now, let's say this James, I want to replace this name. Let's say we have plenty James. This sheet is from row 1 to like 1 million row. But then I want to replace James' name with another name. All I just need to do is copy any of the James, Control F, Control V. I place this here. So I change this to, first, you can find where all these James are. All you just need to do is click on Find All. So you get to see where a pop down will come. It will tell you the number of cells you can find where James is. You can see 2 cells found. But then this is not what I want to do. I want to replace. So I'll just do find. I've done find. I'll just click on replace. Now find what is James. What do I want to replace James with? Let's say I want to replace it. I want to replace James with John. So I'll just click replace all. For anywhere that is James, that there is James in this sheet, replace everything with John. You just click on replace all. You can see all finished. We have made 2 replacements. Now, all the James has been replaced with John. Now, I only have John and John here. So that's how to use Control F, Control Find, and replace. Now, going back to what I was talking about, I want to use this Control F to do something. Now, you don't only use Control Find or replace for just text or numbers alone. You can also use it to find color. You can use it to look for colors. You know, I have plenty colors here. And you know, the goal of what I want to achieve is that I want to lock these sheets, but then I only want to lock the ones that are not highlighted in yellow, such that when I send it to the person will not tamper with that numbers, because obviously the person will only be able to tamper with the yellow highlighted numbers. Now, I can't be doing this one by one. It will take a lot of time. I can't even count the number of yellow highlighted columns here. I can count it anyway. Control F. So all I just need to do, instead of typing it, I can go to format. There is format here. So you click format. I go to fill. The same yellow color, you look for it here. It has to be the same thing. You click, this is it here. Now, you know, I can find this. I can find all the yellow colors now. So you can see 59 cells found. All the yellow colors here are 59. All the yellow colors here are 59. Now, do you know that I can also highlight all this yellow color? All I just need to do is Control A. You know what Control A does now? I highlight some things. So from here, from this open dialog box down here, I can just do Control A. Now it has highlighted all the yellow colors. You can see. Now what I can then do here is close this, then place my cursor on any of the yellow color, right click on it, come to format cell, protection. I remove the logged part of it and I click on OK. Then I can now lock my sheet. Now let me go back to review. Now protect sheets. This sheet now I want to protect 1, 2, 3, 4. I click on OK. 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmation. OK. Now if I send this file to whoever I want to send it to, the person will not be able to work with the unhighlighted columns, but the person will be able to work with the highlighted columns. You can see now. The person can edit this. 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 You can see. And the person will just send it back to you and then you're done. So this is basically what I want to show us today. So this is where I'm going to wrap it up. If there's any question, you can ask me now. If there's any question, ask me now. If you don't understand anything, let me know. I'll go back again. Any question? So I'll take it as though we understand it. I'll take it as though we understand it.
Hello, Mr. Peter.
Yeah.
Please, could you run through this last part again? Okay. How to lock the other files except the one on in yellow.
All right.
The highlighted ones.
Okay. Okay. Now let me unprotect the sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing I would like to do is Control F, find all, Control A, close, format cell. So this is the way it was before. This is the way it was. So what I said was, in this sheet, you have the highlighted sheets here. I want to send this file to Sean, to somebody, because there's an error on the yellow highlighted numbers. So I want the person to correct it for me. So all I just need to do is highlight this table. Then you click on Control F. Control F. I said Control F, what it does is it finds and replaces things. Do you get it? So I can decide to say, okay, find all the yellow highlighted numbers. This is find all. It will find it for me. Please replace these yellow highlighted numbers. Replace with, I can decide to add color to format. Please replace with red color. So it's going to find, for all they find, it's going to replace all. You can see it has replaced it. Now, that's that. Now let me highlight it again. Control F. So this time around, there's no yellow color, so I need to change the format to the red color. Okay. Let me see if there is. Okay. Now, so what I said is, now let's find all the colors. What you can just do is find all, but then you need to highlight all the colors. How do you highlight it? In the dialog box here that was opened here, all you just have to do is Control it, come here, Control A. So it selects all the red highlighted. It might not see, it might not be this yellow color. It can be anything that you have set here. It could be anything that you have set here. When you click on Control A for anything you set here, everything gets highlighted. Do you understand? Now, for the purpose of this class, I want to highlight the numbers that carry the red field. I have highlighted it. Now, you know, I taught us 2 steps on how to make some cell open and protect some cell. Now, because I want to make these highlighted cells open, I need to remove the default lock that has been placed on them. So what I need to do is I need to place my cursor in any of the red color. I right click on it. I come to format cell, protection. Because there is a default lock here, I will remove that default lock. If I remove it now, I can protect all the sheets, meaning that all these sheets will be protected except the ones I have removed the default lock. That's the meaning. So I'll just come to protect sheet now. Then I will put my password. Okay. Then password again. Okay. I have protected this sheet now. The person cannot tamper with any other thing here except the red highlighted cells. That's the only thing the person can work with. That is the only thing the person can work with. Do you understand me? Without just what I've just explained. So do you get it?
Yes,
all right.
Thank you.
Okay, so this brings me to the end of this class. Is there anything anybody wants to say? Anybody? Is there anything you want to say? Okay. Chidima, what have you learned so far in the class? Sweet, what have you learned? Anything? And let's wrap it up. Chidima, are you there? Okay,
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everyone. For me, I think each class is like you're wrapping a new package, and there's really a lot to learn, especially for the this part of locking the cells and probably editing and security. It's something that is very new to me, and I say I learned a lot today, and I know with constant practice I'll get better at it. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter.
Yeah, so I believe that one of these days you would find yourself in this situation such that you don't want whoever you're sending the data to tamper with anything, because it happens a lot when you share a file with some people, especially files with formulas, and when they send it back to you, you realize that they've tampered with some of the things here. For them not to do that, you need to actually secure those places, those cells you don't want them to tamper with, and leave the place you want them to work with open. So I know one of these days you find yourself in that scenario. Chidima, what about you? I think there's no Chidima. All right. This will bring me to the end of this class. I said I was going to send assignment on the formatting. Please be expecting that assignment together with this. So I'm going to add the three topics together: the custom formatting, conditional formatting, as well as this securities, and you will get that on or before Monday. You will get it on or before Monday. I'll send that assignment to you, and by Saturday, I would like us to submit the assignment. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Good night.